become Twinkle, and today we're going to be learning all about the Titanic. The Titanic's anniversary is on the 12th of April when she set sail in 1912. She was making her maiden voyage to New York when she hit an iceberg and sank on the 15th of April. Today we're going to be exploring what the Titanic looked like inside. That's right, I'm going to be giving you a little tour and then you're going to be creating your very own room within the Titanic. Before we get started, let's take a look at what you'll need for this Twinkle video lesson.
For today's lesson, you'll need a pen or a pencil, paper, a cardboard box, and some paints or colouring pencils. It's up to you. So what was the Titanic? Did you know it was made with 3 million rivets? The Titanic was a British passenger liner and it was the largest ship of her time. It carried over 2,000 passengers and crew. It was on its first voyage from Southampton, UK to New York City in the US. It never arrived in the US and it sank in the North Atlantic Ocean on April the 15th, 1912 after hitting an iceberg. So what was on board the Titanic? The boat deck was the highest deck on the Titanic and it was called the boat deck as this is where the lifeboats were stored. It was a large open space where first and second class passengers could stroll, rest on benches and play games. Take a look below at some of the things you could find on the Titanic. Have you ever wondered what it was like inside the Titanic all that time ago? Let's go on a journey and take a look. Here we are at the Titanic's grand staircase, one of its most famous features. It's made out of hand-carved oak, wrought iron and glass. People who have dived down to the Titanic can still see clear remains of this grand staircase even after all this time. From the grand staircase into a first-class suite, first-class passengers were accompanied by personal staff such as maids, nannies, chauffeurs and cooks. First class on the Titanic was a whole new level of transatlantic travel and only the richest in society could afford this type of luxury. Now second class was really nice actually. It was the same as first class standard on any other ship at the time. It had features like shared bathrooms and second class rooms were either 2 or 4th berth. On the Titanic, there were around 706 third class passengers and a staggering 178 third class passengers survived. It was far less luxurious than second class, but still quite luxurious for other ships at the time. There was a third class general meeting room and a smoking room. The third class dining rooms could sit around 470 passengers in each of the 3 sittings. And third class passengers slept on bunk beds in crowded cabins of 4 to 6 people. And there were only 2 baths for the whole of third class passengers. Now on to our task. Choose one of the following rooms to draw on an A4 sheet of paper. You can choose first class, second or third, the grand staircase or the bridge. Now remember, the bridge is the part of the ship where all the ship's controls live. As an extension, later on, we're going to be making a 3D model of your chosen room, so remember to include lots of details from the tour. When you're designing your room, you can always go back through the PowerPoint and think about what features were in the room that we talked about earlier on. For this one, it's a second class suite, so it's not as luxurious as first, but it's still very lovely to stay in. It's going to have lots of soft furnishings, it's going to have a nice big window to be able to look out onto the boat deck, and it's going to have multiple rooms. Now we're going to have a go at creating this 3D model. You can use a cardboard box and have a go at this junk modelling activity. Use anything around your house that could make your plan come to life. You might even get a helper. Please take care when using scissors and make sure you're supervised by an adult. You can make it 3D, especially with the furniture.
Great work today when exploring the Titanic and her history. You were able to take a tour of the Titanic and all the different facilities on board, and you even created your very own room. I hope you enjoyed this Twinkle video lesson, and I'll see you next time when we look at what exactly happened to the Titanic and was there anyone or anything to blame. I'll see you soon. Bye!